Three, two, one.
Welcome to the Horror Chronicles channel. Today, we have a true story that will send shivers down your spine. This is the story of Anneliese Michel, whose life was turned upside down when she became possessed by evil spirits. Her story has captured the attention of many and has been the inspiration for numerous horror movies. Some even believe she became a saint who fought and triumphed over the devil. Join me as we explore the haunting tale of Anneliese Michel. To stay updated on all the latest realistic horror stories, please subscribe to my channel and check out the previous stories if you haven't already. By subscribing, you will receive notifications for future updates. So please hit the subscribe button, and if you enjoy this video, I kindly ask you to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's aim to reach 2,000 likes together. Before I begin, I want you to close the door of your room and put on your headphones, and prepare to be scared out of your wits. Grab a cup of coffee and enjoy. Let's start telling a story. Anneliese Michel. Her body was possessed by 6 or more spirits. She was a normal girl before the demon possessed her. On the right is a picture of Anneliese Michel when she was healthy, and on the left is her terrifying image after being possessed by the demon. Anneliese Michel was born in a town in the German district of Leiblfing in 1952 to a devout Catholic family and lived a normal life until she was 16 years old. Suddenly, she began to experience some strange symptoms, such as severe shaking and loss of control over some parts of her body. Her parents took her to the hospital for necessary treatment, but her condition continued to deteriorate. She began to see strange faces staring at her, and hear terrifying screams and voices in her head telling her that she would burn in hell. During psychotherapy sessions, Anneliese told her doctor that her body was possessed, and that the strange voices were ordering her to do things she didn't want to do. However, her doctor interpreted her words as mere hallucinations, which made Anneliese lose hope in medical treatment and began to seek help through Catholic exorcism sessions. Her parents sought the help of several priests to perform an exorcism to rid her body of the demon, but their request was rejected twice. This was because the church has specific criteria for recognizing that someone has been possessed by a demon. One of the most important criteria or conditions is that the person must show extreme hatred and deep disgust towards religious symbols, speak a foreign language that they or anyone in their family does not know, or possess strange supernatural powers. The condition of Anneliese was deteriorating even further. She started swearing and cursing at her family members and biting anyone who tried to approach her. She also began refusing to eat because the demon inside her prevented her from doing so. She tore her clothes, slept on the floor, and consumed spiders and flies. She screamed hysterically for hours, destroyed any cross she could find, tore pictures of Christ, and broke flower vases. Additionally, she started to gnaw and bite parts of her body, and sometimes urinated on the floor, even drinking her own urine. She suffered from continuous and severe hysterical fits that resembled epileptic seizures. Due to her deteriorating condition, the church finally agreed to conduct sessions to exorcise the demon from her body. During the sessions held in 1975 to 1976, which took place once or twice a week, Anneliese informed them that her body was possessed by 6 or more evil spirits, including the spirits of Cain, Nero, and Hitler. Although Anneliese began to feel some relief after the church sessions, she did not fully recover and continued to suffer from severe hysterical seizures resembling epilepsy. Her body would freeze during these seizures. Like a paralyzed person, and she would lose consciousness. The exorcism sessions in the church lasted for several months, mostly attended by the same people, consisting of priests, Anneliese's parents, and sometimes some worshippers. The priests recorded the sessions on 40 audio tapes over a period of 10 months, and Anneliese sometimes lost control during the sessions, requiring 3 strong men to restrain her, even though her weight did not exceed 40 kilograms. Sometimes they had to chain her. The last session was held on July 30, 1976, and Anneliese was completely exhausted during this period, suffering from the same lung condition and severe fever. She had become extremely weak and emaciated due to her long-term refusal to eat, and her last sentence during her final session was, "I beg for forgiveness." That evening, Anneliese turned to her mother for the last time, and said in a faint voice, "Mother, I am afraid." These were her last words as she passed away that same night. A very rare and genuine recording was presented during the trial, which contains the voice of a jinn. And this is the recording.
Die Drecksau, sie verfluchte! Der das ganze Deutschland verführt, oder? Ja, der ist ja noch drin.
Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes und aller Gottesgemäßer Maria, sagt die Wahrheit.
The police arrested the pastors who conducted the exorcism sessions and Anna's parents on charges of neglect leading to death. According to the police report, the main cause of Anna's death was starvation due to her refusal to eat, and the police concluded that if Anna had been forced to eat a week before her death could have been prevented. During the trial, Anna's sister stated that her deceased sister hated hospitals because they forced her to take medication and eat. Some tapes recorded during the church sessions were presented, which contained some strange phrases and sentences spoken by Anna, including a conversation resembling an argument between 2 spirits about who should leave Anna's body first. And they spoke in a masculine voice with a strange accent. However, the court-appointed psychiatrist who analyzed Anna's condition scientifically stated that she was suffering from severe psychological disorder, and it was possible to save her from death if she had been brought to the hospital a week before her death. Based on that, the court found Anna's parents and the pastors guilty and sentenced them to 6 months in prison, suspended for each of them. After her death, Anna became a saint in the eyes of many, and her grave became a shrine for many visitors. Her life and story became a subject of great interest, and several movies inspired by her story were made, including the famous American movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, produced in 2005.